My other question is about like the career. I'm really into my career, and I was an engineer, and then I switched, and now I'm becoming a medical doctor. Actually, I'm about to be. But my question is about this process is so long, like along, including with like exams, training, and like the endless things. Like I know that I enjoy this, I love doing this, but how can I not stress? How can I not stress about this like while I am doing this, like I don't want to stress about taking any exam. I don't want to stress about these training, even though I enjoy, like I worry about it.
You're going to have to talk yourself into feeling better just one subject at a time. Usually someone who is really enjoying a process doesn't call it endless.
Okay. That's what other people tell me, like the other doctors, my attendings, everyone is saying that.
Of course, but you cannot compare the relationship that you're going to have with your unfolding with what anybody else has had. There's rarely a person that you will ever meet who is tuned in and following that bliss. And so, have you ever seen anyone eat an ice cream cone and say, it's endless? It's just endless. It's just endless. I had no idea that this would take so long.
So what I should do is then
Find a way to enjoy it.
enjoy.
And it will not be difficult for you to do because you sifted and sorted and made some decisions about what you want, and you know it's the right thing. You're on track about it. And so this is something that you really want to do. It's something that you're really good at doing. It's something that you were born to do. It's something that you innately know. And so, but this is a very powerful premise that if we were standing in any of your physical shoes, we would apply. If you are doing something like that, line up with it before you do it. And you have to do that just about every day. Line up with whatever aspect of it is being required every day. So here's the statement. If you're going to do it, line up with it. If you're not going to do it, line up with not doing it. But don't decide to do it and not line up with it. And don't decide not to do it and not line up with it, because you split your energy. So when you say, I really want to do this and I know that I'm good at it, I have the mental acuity for it, and I have the human compassion for it, and I have the spiritual basis for it, I know that I was born to do this, but it's so hard and it's so endless and everybody's tired and we don't get any sleep and you have to pay such a big price. That's not lining up with it. That's working against it. That is indeliberately, but after a while we want to start calling it deliberately. That's deliberately disallowing your own alignment. Line up with it if you're going to do it, and you are going to do it. You are going to do this.
Can you feel
that? You are going to do this, because this is what we do know. If you don't do it, you would have much more difficulty lining up with not doing it than you will have difficulty in lining up doing it. Your path of least resistance is far more in doing it, you see. And when we talk about your path of least resistance, what we want you to understand is that your inner being knows where all the pieces of resistance are and will guide you around it. So like you say, when I stress over an exam, well, the reason that you stress over an exam is because somebody's told you it's hard, but they don't know how you think. Somebody's told you that it's not fun, but they don't know who you are. Somebody's told you that then you have to take it again. Well, who cares about that? In other words, you cannot make your decisions about what's the right path of least resistance for you based upon other people, even all the other people. If you were talking to all of them, you would get such different conversation from them depending upon where you are. When you're stressed, you're going to meet up with those people who are going to amplify your stress. When you're blissed out at the incredible idea that you are following about something that you were born to do, you'll meet up with others who feel that way too. They'll say things to you like, there's just nothing like it. There's just nothing like knowing that you are influencing someone in a very exact way toward their physical well-being. There's nothing like being part of a science that is evolving at such a rapid rate. There's nothing like being in a position where you can soothe someone who is uncomfortable. There's nothing like taking your knowledge of well-being and sending it out as a strong signal to someone who really could use a dose of that right now, and see the relief in their face as they recognize that there's someone who is brilliant who is assisting them. There are so many things that you could say that stress could not exist in the same moment, and there are many things that you could say where stress is the basis of what you're saying. You just got to decide before you get in a position where you're saying anything how you want to feel. You got to have that unconditional journey. I do this for the clarity that I love. I do this for the exhilaration that I find in it. I do this for the passion that I feel for it. I do this for the naturalness of me that I feel for it. And someone says to you right after you're feeling all of that, but it's hard. You're going to say, doesn't matter. You're going to say, meaningful things often require time. That's how we cut our teeth. That's how we get our sea legs. That's how we launch our rockets. That's how we become who we are. That's how we ask the questions. That's how the answers come to us. I've never asked for something to be without focus. I'm born to focus. I was born to focus. I didn't come to just grab some clay and funk it down on the table and say, oh, that's a mess. I should never do that again. I will sculpt the clay. I will turn the clay into the image that I have in my mind. I will sculpt the clay vibrationally, and I will allow all of the cooperative components to help me mold it into the beautiful thing that I've seen and that I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'm sorry, but can you ask one more thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the same thing, though.
Thank you. No, not the same thing.